I want to 26, 15:26. And Samuel said unto Saul, I will not return with thee, for thou hast rejected the word of the Lord. There goes that word again. And the Lord hath rejected thee from being king over Israel. Now, turn to 1 Samuel chapter 3. Now, the Bible says, excusez-moi. Okay, chapter 3, verse 1. It says, and the child Samuel ministered unto the Lord before Eli. And the Lord, the word was precious or rare in those days. There was no open vision. And it came to pass at the time when Eli was laid down in his place, his eyes began to wax dim, that he could not see. He could not see. His eyes became dim. When you do not correct your own sons, your own wicked sons who were taking the things of the Lord, and you could read it. Don't get me wrong. You could read it's all there. 1 Samuel 1 and 2, and it leads up to 3. But Eli did not correct, rebuke, train his sons up in the way to go. He did not do that. He only said, "What do you do?" And that was it. But they were taking the things that belonged to God as themselves. So the priests are not out of harm's way. They're actually in direct line of fire. They will be judged harsher and worse because of the calling that's on their life, because of the situation they're facing. So they are in the line of fire more so. Like, if a sniper is looking at you, one of the sheep, it's the priest that is going to align themselves with the sheep and take the bullet before it reaches you. So they are in direct line of fire from the enemy and from God. God is over there watching like, okay, is he going to do what I said to do? Okay, he doesn't, so let me get rid of them. Phineas and what was it? Hophnius. I can't pronounce this, the Hebrew names sometimes. It's like speaking Hebrew. Oh, no, nonetheless. So his eyes became dim. He couldn't see the word of the Lord. I know his actual eyes became dim, but it's prophetic to see. He couldn't see the word of the Lord. He couldn't see the vision that the Lord had over Israel to speak the word of the Lord to the people. Now, so the word of the Lord was precious in these times. The word of the Lord, and this is the same word of the Lord that Saul was disobedient to. Now, when people say the people of Israel could have clearly said unto Eli, unto them, unto Moses, it started way back then, but they could have said this. They could have said, oh, we have the Tanakh. We have the Torah. Why are you speaking to us? Because even though the Torah and the Decalogue, the Ten Commandments, which being the foundation, the basis of the law, it was not the word, the totality of the word of the Lord. Because the word of the Lord is a revelation. It's a revelation of what God is saying to his people and how to maneuver and what to do. And each person, or in this case, tribe, when they went up to take hold of their land, Judah and Simeon went up first. So they had their revelation or their word of the Lord. That's just part of it. It was the word of the Lord to go up. And they all had their lots. They all had their piece of their inheritance. They all had their part to play. But it was the word of the Lord that they were obedient to. It was the word of the Lord. They didn't say, hey, why are you speaking to me? Because there is no more revelation. It's just the Bible. All we need is the Bible, and the Bible is basics. It is the foundation of a standard of a guide, so to speak. Um, but so even a car, even a car has a steering wheel, right? But it also has a brake and it also has a pedal. So you can steer it, but if you don't accelerate to go anywhere, if you don't have a revelation of the speed limit being 25, you will just either ignore it and go 85 or ignore it and go 15 because it depends on how timid you are behind the wheel. Now, me, I always go the speed limit. So nonetheless, we have a brake and we have a pedal. We have a steering wheel. It's a car. Oh, it's a car. Hey, man, we have a car. We don't need drivers because we have a car. Doesn't make sense. So just because we have a Bible doesn't mean there is not a revelation. So I want to show y'all my Bible, but I want to pick it up and all because we think that this Bible is it. That's all who God is. That's all that God offers is this Bible. When God is way more than just this Bible, it is way more than just, this is the foundation. This is the final authority. So it doesn't mean that you won't have another revelation. Obviously, what is the revelation unto Saul? Go destroy the Amalekites. No, we don't. I don't have to do that because I have the Torah. I have the 5 books of the law. I don't have to do that no more. What are you talking about? No, he went up by the word of the Lord, the bar, the rhema, the logos. So, oh man, the rhema of it is how the logos is conveyed. It can be a written word, it can be a spoken word, it can be, so you have a rhema. So when the angel came to Mary, and see, a lot of people don't know that because I know the Bible when they translated it missed out some parts, but I want to show this to you because dun, 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 dun. Luke chapter 1, verse 37. It says, for with God nothing shall be impossible. But the actual Greek language it is, for with God no rhema, no word shall be impossible. Because the angel of the Lord spoke unto Mary, that thing was going to happen because no word from God is impossible. If the word of the Lord goes forth, it is going to take place in your life. But because Saul didn't take heed to the word of the Lord, there was no place for him in the kingdom being king over Israel. So there is going to be no place for the thing that God said will be in your life. There will be no place for you because you are disobedient to the word of the Lord. Now, there is a fine line between ignorance and willing disobedience. And he was willingly disobedient, willingly wicked, rebellious toward the word of the Lord. So just remember that there is an ignorance. Paul did it in ignorance. Paul did a lot in ignorance. But there's a fine line between ignorance and the wickedness, willingly wicked. So let me just bless this willingly wicked person in the name of the Lord. No! Cut them out of your life. And if they attack you, cut them off. Them off. They're willingly wicked people out here. that don't want to see you prosper, don't want to